garage with the boys. Last time we were here, you saw us working on Leroy Brown. We got the motor pulled, we got the rear end pulled. Today we're going to be back working on the future 10-second Thunderbird. We got the rear end in. We went ahead and sent it to the shop to get swapped over to 410 gears. So today we're going to be getting that in, along as new drag springs. We got new drag springs for the car, new isolators. And then over here in this box, the tube front end finally came in, so that is going to be huge. Right now we're just getting prepped to get everything back in the car. One little trick we saw doing with these isolators, because when you're trying to put them in, they just don't cooperate. They fall around, go everywhere. It's just to run a little circle of electrical tape around them, each side, on the underneath and the top, just so that they don't flop around and it holds them in place. Small update before we get working on the Thunderbird here. Leroy is getting some pretty parts. So the AFR valve covers, they're super thick, super nice. And then we also got some pipes, tailpipes. Originally this car just does have dumps, but it is going to be awesome with the tailpipes. Getting the rear end all set up. We're going to use 2 jacks to get it lifted up underneath. Must have had a deal at the Shop and Save for buy one get one free on the same shoes. Bunch of bums.
Hey, Rennie here dropping in. I just want to he just usually made fun of our shoes, and look at his. Golly.
Of course, we had to hit it with the spare change motorsports and never lift on the bottom before putting it in. Got the bolt in on this side. What we're doing here is we're hooking up to the strut first, just to kind of have a point of where it should sit so that we can swing it up into the control arms on each side. So we got this side in. I'm gonna go over there and help Rennie get that side in now. Rennie got that side in. So now we kind of have a point to play with where we can just swing it up and get those control arms bolted into where they need to be. And this rear end will almost be installed. So I'm gonna crawl into the middle here. I'm gonna hold up the middle while they get it spun around and adjust where they need, because with that pivoting, we're not able to get those lower control arms in. So I'm gonna crawl up under, get that pushed up, and then we'll slide it into place. So we actually had to take the bolts back out of the strut because we didn't realize it wouldn't pivot like we thought. What we're doing now is, like I said, I'm holding this pumpkin up so that Rennie can get that bolt slid through and get the control arm bolts all the way in.
I need to do a little wrench. Yeah, you can just put this through?
Yeah. Got that side installed, so now we're just working on getting the passenger side fully in. Jeez.
Not lined up too? There's a hole right here.
All right, Trent couldn't get it, so Papa's got to get down here and check it out, see what we're working with. Oh, that's an easy fix. What's bro thinking? Like I said, Papa came to the rescue. It's in now.
Same size almost.
Got that fully installed on the lowers. They're not tightened, but they are in for now. So we get it rotated up a little bit, and then we'll get the upper controller bolts in. Rennie's almost got his lined up, so I got to get my side lined up. Fingers hit the wall there. It's got to be, yeah, it needs to be rotated a little bit. My side ended up being almost perfectly lined up, so we took a pause on the driver's side, and I got the passenger side fully in. So I'm gonna swing over and help Rennie get his side in. Like I said, we're getting a little bit of more trouble on this side, but Rennie's right now working with the drift pin, trying to get it fully lined up. Once we get it lined up, we'll get that bolt shoved through and tightened up. Got the bolt in, so now we're just working on getting it out the other end, which isn't lining up right. Got that bolt in down there. We got the spring set in. So now Rennie is going up. Got to make sure we're sitting on the isolator up there, which we are. Check your side, Trent. Make sure you're sitting up around that puck area. See, there's like a lip on it.
Top, yeah.
You're around the lip and the whole center.
Yeah, let me confirm the light. That should be.
Okay. And then as we go up,
You do it.
once it pushes up, it will sit in that lower half then. This is the part that's scary when the springs compress.
Yeah, watch your face.
And then my side's sitting pretty good. How's your side on the lower?
Looking good.
All right. Not much more, and then we can get these struts lined up. Oh, zoomed in. Whoops.
Oh my god. You still gotta get a little bit go.
Just a little bit.
You can't pull this.
Got my side bolt on for this. We're dropping it down a little bit. We're going to take the second jack and push it over here because there's a little more pressure on that side since it has a stiffer spring on the right. So we can get it up under. It's blurry, but we can get the jack under that side and then we'll push it up so it can marry up with that. Like I said, we're just hitting right there to kind of just do this side instead of the whole car. See if we can get it up enough to get in that strut. One more push.
One more.
And we're there.
Rub this again.
Got this side on. We are missing the nuts. We got to find that. But with that being said, the rear end is now sitting in fully. So next thing we got to do is hook up brake lines, hook up or put these drums back on, and then we just have to get the drive shafts installed. So that bolt over there is 100% missing. So that's a future us problem. But what we're gonna do now is we just gotta finish tightening everything up. We've got one bolt here. We gotta tighten up both sides of the upper control arms and then both sides of the lower control arms. Trent's working on getting everything tightened up, as vulnerable as can be. All right, we got all the bolts in, tightened up. So last thing here before we get the drive shaft and the brake lines hooked up is Trent's gotta hook that extension up to pull the fill plug out so we can get it filled up. Let's see how long it takes him to do it. Oh, it's not shoved in all the way. I don't know that I'd push.
The angle.
Oh, not long.
Okay.
All right, we got Trent as the liner upper, me as the pumper, and Rennie as the shover inner.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it too hard or you just... Dude, I'm always hard. Ugh. Fuck.
So we got as much gear oil in as we could. We only bought 2 quarts. We didn't realize that it does actually take 3, or actually the kit only came with 2 quarts. So the kit only came with 2 quarts. We need 2.5 to 3. So we got to get another bottle before we can say that is fully done. Pretty anxious to see how it's going to sit with the new drag springs. So we're going to go ahead, throw the wheels on it, get it dropped on the ground so we can check that out. Driver's side is fully done. We had to pick this wheel up a little bit because it was rubbing the ground. So picked it up a little bit. So as soon as we get this, we'll be able to pull the jack stands out and drop it.
And then leave Trent's back.
So we're sitting pretty low here. It didn't sit this low before. We put the new springs in. It's kind of sitting like a Pro Mod. So the fenders are about half-ass rolled. They're only rolled at the tops here, and then it stops about right here. So it'd be beneficial to continue to roll them. And then Trent's under checking out right now, just to see if we're doing any sort of rubbing in here. We might not really know for sure until we make some test hits though. So as far as the passenger side goes, it looks like we're gonna be clear. It's close, but when we drop down, I can get my hand in there all the way around. So there is enough room that it won't hit the tire on the way down.
I like the look.
Same with the driver's side. I think it's going to be good. There's a lot of clearance there. So when it hits, as long as we got the top, we're going to roll these a little bit better. But I think we're going to be good as far as clearance goes. So between the rear end with the new 410 gears and the drag spring, I think we're going to pick up about, I don't know. Rennie, run the numbers on that for me.
equals SpaceX.
You saw it there first, folks. Professional analyst. This motherfucker's going to SpaceX. So just a super quick video on the T-Bird today of getting that rear end and new springs in. Next time you see it, we're going to be putting that tubular front end on, which is going to save a whole lot of weight up on that front. So stay tuned for that video, and I will see you in the next one.